It says for live. Um, I need to like check, see how this sounds for me. Okay. Um, Hello. It's been a while since I've done one of these. Welcome to the Unknown Gaming Podcast, a podcast where we talk about gaming, tech, or whatever the hell I feel like talking about on a given week. And this week I want to talk about Peppermint Classic Edition. And for people that don't know what I'm talking about, Peppermint is a Linux distribution that is based on uh, whatever the recent release of Debian is. Uh, I believe the most recent Peppermint OS is based on Debian 12. And Peppermint Classic Edition is just what it would be like if they migrated Peppermint 10 to Debian, or if they had developed Peppermint 10 on Debian instead of Ubuntu. Um, Funny enough, I had actually started using Linux as a daily driver with Peppermint OS, with Peppermint 10 specifically. So this was a very nice uh, uh, kind of thing to see. I'm like, oh, okay, this seems really cool. So it is actually it works really well. There are some issues, such as let me make sure that I can remember this. So let's try hitting open as root. Oh, open as root brings up a password prompt. That's cool. Let's see if it'll actually open. Oh, so open as root actually works, but open in terminal does not. Open in terminal will, not open a terminal. And I'm actually like just double checking here to make sure. No, I meant to click the file manager. Dang it. Let's go into desktop and then let's hit open in terminal. Yeah, no. When you go into a file explorer and you click open as root, or like open as root, it'll prompt you for a password and then it'll just open the window. But when you click open in terminal, it just does nothing. So I don't know if that's a bug or, well, that is a bug, but I don't know if they will fix it. Peppermint uh, 10 or Peppermint Classic, I'm just going to refer to it as Peppermint Classic, uses LXDE as a desktop environment, um, similar to Peppermint 10, and it really uh, shows off, or I don't know, it really gives off the Peppermint 10 vibes, and I really like that. When I would, you know, try out different distributions, or like, because this is when I was fairly new to Linux, so I would go and see what was out there. One of the distributions I would go back to was actually Peppermint OS. And even Bob has said, he's like, yeah, no. He even picked up on it. He's like, you really liked Peppermint, when you first started. Then, you know, now I now I'm kind of doing a stable and like a stable and rolling release dual boot. So Peppermint will be the dev PC, and Arch will be the gaming setup. As it was last time, it's just Peppermint is now on the 400, and I think there's 476 gigs that are available on this drive in total, and then Arch will be on the 1 terabyte. But some of the issues with Peppermint are not really Peppermint issues, more driver issues. Um, and I say driver specifically because it's not a Debian issue. Um, as far as I know, mainline Peppermint, I can install the NVIDIA driver, but unlike Debian and Peppermint Classic, I still have that issue. For those that actually saw the Debian install stream, the one thing that I had to do was install the NVIDIA drivers, and it said I couldn't. I was looking at possible solutions online, and then I actually was like, okay, well, if I need a graphics driver, I can use Novu, which is just the open source uh, NVIDIA substitute. Is it going to be perfect? No. But is it going to work for doing development? Yes, because it actually stopped the weird artifacting on the second monitor. Like if I were to drag VS Code, it would. I'm actually going to make sure that it doesn't do this anymore because I basically just installed Novu and restarted. Okay, it does not do the weird like I call it an artifact type of thing because that's very much what it does. It artifact or it artifacted so much that it was like, oh, I need just a graphics driver because that's gonna drive me nuts trying to do that. And yeah, so I just installed Novu, which was honestly pretty painless, surprisingly. Um, Comparing it to Peppermint, it is nice to have the NVIDIA drivers because then I don't have to like, oh, will this game work with it? Will this game not work with it? There might be some other issues. I haven't really like messed around with Peppermint or Debian all that much recently. Um, I know I could install Steam and like get dead like honestly this PC will be or this install of Linux will be used to play like Dead Cells and maybe the Castlevania games because I'm not sure that I know Dead Cells for sure will not work on Arch because it's missing libraries, and I guess I could try running the Proton instance. I could try that, but um, yeah, no, like uh, Peppermint Classic will have a it has a one-time release, and it released right around Christmas time actually. Um, and I've actually made sure the system is completely up to date with the Debian release cycle. And yeah, um, it runs really well. There are some minor issues. Launching the Peppermint settings control panel works. Additional drivers. Hold on. What is this? I swear. Um, Bash completion. Sorry, I just found something that made me go, "What is this?" And it's basically it is the Synaptic Package Manager, which immediately brought me to the drivers. So that's why I'm like, wait a minute. Broken. Community maintained. Mark changes. Missing recommendations. Well, of course, all of those are recommended, but no. So yeah, like this is basically a package manager because it's Synaptic. Which, okay, I honestly haven't messed around with this too much. I just do know that the open and terminal is broken. I changed the. I actually was looking through the desktop backgrounds, and they have quite a few. They really do. They have like the classic, or what I call the classic Peppermint uh, logo, and I actually have that one on the second monitor. Oh, oh, oh! I don't like that. I am not used to. I'm gonna change all these back because that would make sense. Because like there's a weird issue if you change your background. So if I change this to Peppermint Cold, as far as I know, it immediately takes up the entire screen, but I know that there were certain, like when I first switched the backgrounds, if it's in full screen, it'll do some weird, like, it starts on half of my first screen and then it takes up to half of my second screen. It's very weird. So I just changed that by going, okay, we're going to then just toggle the screens and fix things that way. But yes, they have the classic peppermint wallpaper, which is actually really nice. Um, they have a lot to choose from for backgrounds. They have the classic, uh, the peppermint classic PNG, the classic red. They have got a lot, so that's really cool. It does come pre-installed with a bunch of basically like ice, peppermint search tool, Snaptic, a media player, the Sakura command line terminal emulator. Um, it's got a bunch of stuff, and it's even got first-person Tetris. I'm intrigued now. Hold on. I'm gonna I'm gonna change this to actually whoa. What? What? This is so weird. This is weird. I don't like it. So it's space. To it's space to rotate everything, and the screen rotates too. It's one of the weirdest stinking things. I don't get it. It's so weird. It is weird, man. I don't get it. I saw like the first person Tetris and I went, wait a minute. That's weird. Oh, you guys couldn't even see the game. But yeah, it's like first person Tetris. That's all it is. And it's Tetris, but the screen rotates when you uh, literally switch the orientation of pieces. Here, let me show you. I'm gonna turn off the music. So like, see, that's weird. That's weird. I don't know if I like it. It's so weird. Um, yeah, it's so odd. I don't know, man. There. Yeah, no, I'm done. I'm I'm done. I'm done. It's so trippy though. Like I'm trying to close out of it. Oh, and it's a web application, even better. But it's so like weird to play that. And like I don't even think that's the only game that it comes with. It comes pre-installed with Better Than Chess, Entanglement, First Person Tetris, Mahjong, Pinball, and Solitaire. I could play Solitaire? Okay. And it looks like our stream went down. Okay, no. Yeah, they've got a bunch of like web games you can play, and gotta love when the bitrate suddenly decides to take a dive. Um, so yeah, like it comes pre-installed with games, different like accessories. They've got a font viewer, calculator, GNOME disks, a text editor. It even comes with like the basically the start menu editor, like what kind of icons are on there. I'm actually gonna make sure. I think it's literally just. I think they just call it menu editor, which kind of made me just go, "Oh, it's the desk bar." I do not want to hide that from there. Do not want to hide it from menus. But yeah, like there's a bunch of stuff that it comes with, and there's a lot. Which is actually really cool to see, and this is actually a really cool ISO. It comes with, wow, they even included like the online version of the Microsoft Office suite. Wow, there is a lot. Yeah, because they've got Audacious, OBS, and then the a media player, Pulse Audio, also configuration, uh, and then they've got a bunch of system tools. Again, it's so weird to like see some of this and go, holy crap, there's a lot here. But again, it's a very unique, very cool operating system. This will be running alongside Arch Linux. Um, because I want to run something stable with something that is rolling release. And just in case it breaks, I have something to boot into. Um, and I could probably chroot into that environment. I could mount in chroot into the environment and try and fix what was going wrong. Maybe. Who knows? I don't know. Um, but yeah, this is a stream to make up for Saturday. By the way, I on Saturday I was just like, nah, I don't feel like streaming today, and then the last 2 days have been kind of because the weather's just been great. Yesterday it rained very very much. It rained on and off throughout the day, and it rained pretty heavy at points. So yeah, I if I would have streamed yesterday, I would have been like, hey guys, welcome to the stream. It might not be a very long stream today, but you know, but no, it did rain a lot yesterday. The sun's actually out today, and I think yesterday alone, or no, we've got a few just days of just rain, and I remember saying to either, I think I said it to Bob at one point. I'm like, yeah, I think this is the most like compared to last year, we've already probably hit our total for rainfall because I don't think it rained very much last year. Um, and with that being said, I can probably safely say that. Um, well, like I said back in like December, it was relatively super warm. Like I said, it was like four. I think I said at one point it was 40 degrees around Christmas time, which is very unusual. But then we had that cold snap where there was ice on the windows and not it was not a fun time. And I know people sit there and go, "What do you mean?" I'm like, and I'll explain this when I say like it was cold. I'm pretty sure there are VODs where you could see behind me and see the ice on the window that would normally be behind me. It wasn't like I was streaming midday either. There were times I was streaming at like 7 or 8 at night after the sun had went down, and you could clearly see the ice on the window. So, yeah. No, today's stream was supposed to be a dev stream, but with the driver issues, I was like, I'm probably not gonna bother. It might turn into a dev stream later, but I'm not holding my breath on that. But no, like for people that want to know, like my Linux journey, it started on I think it was Kubuntu, or no, it was Zubuntu. Then it was Mint. Then it was Peppermint, and then a whole bunch others that I wanted to try out. I basically tried out every mainline distro that you can think of, like Fedora, Arch, Debian, Ubuntu. Uh, I feel like there's a couple that I'm missing. I think I did try OpenSUSE at one point. Um, and I generally just kind of went, oh, okay, that's a thing. Um, but no, I did try out a bunch of Linux distributions, and I basically settled on like a Debian distribution, like Peppermint or LMDE or mainline Debian maybe, um, and a rolling release. I like the rolling release for the up to date packages, and I've actually like Arch a lot because it's a very minimalistic ISO, and that was something that I figured out like when I first tried to install it. Like I think this was back before there was an Arch installed script. I actually recently with me swapping over because I think Arch used to be on the drive that Peppermint is now on. It is now on the 1 terabyte. So I went through and did Arch the Arch way, as Bob refers to it as. He calls doing Arch the manual way, Arch the Arch way. Um, which I still have a problem like doing the startx command, but I have to like be specific. Start xfce4, and it'll start the server for that, which is really cool. Um, I have the NVIDIA hooks file created, so there are still a couple tweaks I need to do on Arch before Friday when I stream, or no, Saturday is game day, but Friday when I do my update, I do try to update the Arch, and I do try to update Arch once a week on Friday. Uh, I should actually probably do that tomorrow instead of Friday, just because Friday is the end of the week, and I don't know if any patches for any bugs might get pushed. Who knows? Um, but yeah, it's one of those. This might be a dev stream. This might turn into a dev stream. This might not. But my goal is to actually have, um, in terms of the project that we're working on stream, my goal is to actually have a demo probably ready by the end of June, early July. There's only 7 pages of dialogue at the moment, so right now my goal is to just wrap up that 7 pages, and that'll be the demo, and then I will just continue working on it. You know, a couple things I need to do. I need to figure out what I want to play this weekend for the gaming stream. think I was playing Stardew, but I don't know if I want to play that. Um, kind of want to play Castlevania, but that means I have to install Steam. I can do that quick. Um, for people that are going like, why are you gonna do it on Debian? Because Debian's got. Last I knew, it actually worked on Debian, but I'm not sure if it will work now since I'm using a spin. Who knows? Again, I've talked about it before. Compatibility is hit or miss on Linux for Wine titles, or not Wine, Proton titles that or titles that are for Windows, but you can play using Proton. That compatibility issue will will be there. It's just okay. We need this one. Install package. Install package. Yay! It is installed now. So now I'm actually going to do. I'm actually gonna do some. We're gonna do a live test of the. Okay. And then I get to. I was gonna say wrong password, but I think I just because I typed it so fast, I probably hit a wrong button. Um, yeah, so this is me just setting up Steam right now, and because I'm also doing some planning for later this week, but because I like having a stream plan, because then I can let people know, hey, this is what we're doing. What needs to be pushed now? No, those don't need to be pushed. Oh boy. Yeah, every time I open up VS Code, the assembly info and the assembly info inputs need to be pushed, and I don't know why. So right now I'm just trying to install Steam so I can test whether I know Dead Cells will probably work, but I know Castlevania might not. Oh, that's a problem. I'm gonna see if restarting it replicates it. So Steam is apparently missing libraries. Okay, I get to do this again. Hold on. And this is why. Hold on. So this is actually very common. You are missing the following 32-bit libraries and Steam may not run. libc.so.6. That is the error that pops up. And that's why I went, oh, that's not good. Because that means Steam isn't going to run. So let me try doing a sudo apt install libc. Oh, libc.so.6. even though it said fetched 7208, 7,208 bits or bytes in a second. But it's like, oh, there's nothing to upgrade. Gotta love it. Gotta love it. I don't know why it's not working. Because I cannot for the life of me figure out why Steam just does not work. So I'm gonna do this. I'm actually gonna get the exact error and I'm going to Google search it because I don't know what else to do. I mean, that's about all you can do right now. Can I like copy that? Gotta love this. All right. Uh, okay, so they did actually give a command. I don't know why this just